Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? What's fly? It's first class conscious pilot, the West Coast Avenger, numero uno contendere. You know what it is. Monday edition, like usual. Let's get it. 2024 to eternity.
Yes, sir. Conscious pilot, he said he was the first up to bat, you know what I'm saying? First class pilot, and that's bars right there because he stays elevated above this clouds, you dig? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Third World Shuttleworth in the building. What's good, gang? El Capitan in the building. RingGameRadio.com. You know what it is. World still a op. Monday night boxing. Yes, what I said. Monday night boxing. We back here. It's not a game. No more Tuesday shit. Fucking certain people's damn teams are out of the question, so you ain't got to do no special. Oh, let's do it a Tuesday. Like, so
nigga, do you want to get choked out? I mean, I can choke you out, my nigga.
Right, dude, you ain't gonna be able to catch me. I was training on some Shakur Stevenson shit. Like, I had like 20 pounds of damn ankle weights on today training niggas, and motherfuckers couldn't catch me, bro. Like, I was on some Laura Stevenson, La Stevenson shit. Fuck it, like.
Right. Yeah,
you ain't gonna be able to copy like too quick. Like, counter, boom, boom, tall nigga, boom, boom, tall nigga, bow. That shit, fuck. Talking about, do you want to get choked out, nigga? You know how many niggas you got to choke out before you get to me, nigga? I'm final boss, nigga. Like, nigga, I throw so many fucking students at you. You got to clear out a whole dojo like you motherfucking Jet Li, nigga, before you get to me. Shit.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll do that in quick. It was 1, 2, lay them all out. Like It Man, my nigga, like It Man shit, nigga, like
nigga.
Give him all that. Give him 100 hands, my nigga. Give him all 100 hands.
Nah, it's gonna be It Man and Tyson, nigga.
Yeah. Shout out to Donnie Yen though. Yeah, that's that's that dude. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta see that movie again. That what's that shit? That Raging Fire.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch that. That shit's fucking fire.
Straight up, But then someone who just came in, just snuck in there. But last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Always late, but still always on time, if you know what I'm saying. Ring Gang Radio all day. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's go.
Hey, do we have any bannings from the Bodega?
Let's get it. Not today. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna give some people props today instead of fucking banning people, because I don't want to always be Mr. Negative that's always with the fuck shit. And when people do good things, I salute them. So I just want to salute like the Los Angeles Dodgers, the baseball organization, for what they did recently. So there was a baseball player named Andrew Tolles that he used to play for them, and he hasn't played in like a couple of years because he's been going through some like mental illness and like schizophrenia and all types of shit. Well, they just re-signed him,
bro.
Not to put him. Yeah, I didn't want to get into all the shit he was going through. So, yeah. But they signed him just so that he's not going to play, but because he's an employee, he has health benefits now, and so now he gets access to the to go to get his mental health, to get all of his shit like health insurance, and just get continued treatment. And I think that's a stand-up thing for that organization to do. So that's a valiant thing to do, and I salute them for that. So I'll just say that.
Word up, yo.
When people do good things, I salute them.
Yeah, mental health is everything. Mental health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, without that, you liable to go crazy. You dig? So yeah, I know that's bars too. So yeah, man. Before I know we get into our preview and our recap and shit like that too. Something else I wanted to talk about, because I think largely it was triggered by a couple of things. But particularly just from one tweet that Gritty, that posted, shout out to Gritty from the Underground, because I was, because he mentioned something.
Salute Gritty.
Yeah, because I know he mentioned something like, boxing has been boring as hell. Can't wait till Premier Boxing turns this shit up. I'm sick of hearing these guys argue about the same shit every day. And and that kind of sums up what I've been, because I know, obviously boxing has its lulls or whatever, sometimes, for a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or so, boxing, has its little, ebb and flows. Not, of course, obviously we always think that boxing will be on the up and up every day, but it goes, a little bit down low and everything like that. But there have been, I know boxing Twitter's been crazy about this and other shit like this. For whatever reason, that keeps going on about fucking Tank and fucking Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, like some combination of those three,
along with Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah, well, no, he's not. Actually, I'm surprised he's not mentioned more. But because usually when he's mentioned,
he's mentioned enough. Oh my god,
no,
he's
mentioned a lot, though.
Yeah, he's mentioned a lot. I don't know what the fuck you're seeing,
nigga. I don't think he's mentioned enough. Because most people,
what the fuck? Like, why would he be mentioned more? Like, nigga, god damn it. He's signing fights, like.
Yeah, but
see. What? Hold on, Pat. What? You want him to be all up in the video now?
Thank you.
All up in the video.
Thank you. I was just about to say, like, you want Diddy, nigga? Like, what the fuck?
He's already all up in the videos. You know what I'm saying? But shit.
But you want the Middle Eastern Eddie Hearn now.
He wants him to be T Diddy.
Yeah, you want T Diddy, like.
No, he's really good. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of the boxing channels, like, nonstop topics are just them glazing him. Well, he's doing good for the sport, Yeah,
he does. He's doing his thing. Right now it's just more of a plan. You gotta let him cook or whatever. But for whatever reason, like Tank and Haney is far more than him. Like, it's every day, and they're arguing. And now it's like charts I'm seeing. Like, okay, what's the average age of Devin Haney's opponents? Like. That type of shit. And I was like, "Are you
the fight is speaking before our eyes?"
Listen, I'm not even mad at it because all that's telling me is we need this fucking fight.
I told you.
Talk about this fight.
I told you. Shutter. Those Haney stands are becoming vocal. I'm just saying.
They are. You right. The fight is peaking right before our eyes, yo. Like, it needs to happen this year. Like, the stars are aligning where. Neither guy has a fight coming up. Nobody's really into some shit. Neither guy's injured. You don't have to have any build up. Just make the fucking fight.
And this type of shit that's going on with Tank and Haney and whatnot is part of the reason why His Excellency Turkey has actually got into the boxing game, because he was like, okay, this is some horseshit. Let's make these fights. And one of the things that he's actually said in our interviews, he wants to bankroll Tank and Haney, of which Tank said, because I think whatever reason Tank says that pissed him off, and he's like, yeah, he's gonna have to deliver like 2 Ferraris to my house or some shit like that. I'm like, get
them delivered. Then you want to make the fight?
Yeah, nigga. If that's all it takes, fucking give him the fucking Ferraris.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Because at this point, it's like me, shout out to my Android. What it do, bro? I know you ain't in the chat now, but I know you might listen to this later. But we be having our little side conversations about this whole shit over there, and it's like we see the long-term destruction it could cause in boxing, but right now everybody's basically, it's like they have like a brand new BBL infatuation with it.
And the reason why is because people are and this is people are tired of just hearing these fights. People talk about nothing signed. Tank and Haney,
which is true. I get the frustration, but a fight like Tank and Haney, I don't care about anybody bankrolling it unless they're gonna bankroll it to be in America. If that fight ain't in America, I really don't care like that. I'll watch, but I'm not into this whole, wealthy businessmen secret fight shit that niggas is on right now. Like, it's not the pandemic. I'm good with all that. Like,
I
want to see fights with energy. I want to see all the crowd, all that shit.
I've warmed up to it to some degree. At first, I was really against it, but but at the same time, I do agree. Like a Tank versus Haney fight has to be in America. Like rappers walking them out. You know what I'm saying? Rappers.
Thank you, bro. Niggas lit. The thotties is out. Like,
Vegas. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Pilot, he get this more than anybody. As much as we be talking.
Yeah.
Talk about these chicks on these shows and shit. Like he already know the vibe. Like,
because like a lot of shit's prohibited out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Like no one wants to. Like, bro, like no one. Like me personally, like niggas would really have to throw the bag at me to do anything over there. Like all the because like all the restrictions and shit. Like I'm off that. Like I ain't shitting on it. That's their culture. But that ain't me, nigga. Like. I don't want to see a fight of that magnitude in a fucking high school in a arena that 10 high school gymnasiums could fill, and it still ain't doing shit. Like, bro, like the lack of energy. Yeah, we'll see Tank and Haney 3:00 on a Saturday, on a 3:00 on Friday night.
Nigga, I would rather have it because I'm tired because them Showtime cards that was going on until 1 o'clock in the morning. That shit is that shit is too crucial. I'm like, I'd rather see that.
Nah, fuck that, man.
I need my boxing like nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Like dark
nighttime, dude. Yeah, nighttime. I'm training niggas during. I'm getting my boxing in the daytime.
Well, you live in the West Coast. Basically, your boxing is done by 8 o'clock, bro. What are you talking about?
But he know the vibe, like.
No.
Motherfuckers on some other shit.
9:10. My shit's done by like 9:10 usually.
Yeah, but you still have an evening after that. Like usually, like these days.
Yeah, but I'm just used to like the fights being, it being dark. Like like it feels weird when a big fight happens.
You don't want the fight at 3:00 on a Thursday afternoon.
It just feels weird. Yeah, it feels. I mean, like it feels weird just it being like still light out sometimes when the fights are over. Like with the UK cards and shit. I mean, to each their own. Everybody got different time zones. Like there's a Japan card later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? But
in Australia it's like Sunday morning or some shit like that when it's Saturday. Yeah, I get that too though. But I mean, fun things too. That would probably be if Tank actually had it out about not doing it in Saudi. It's because we don't know his legal situation. Because for all I know, I know this motherfucker's on some type of probation. So I don't even know he can even leave the state. No, never mind his state for the time being. So who even knows, like what that is, and that would.
Yeah, I'm cool. They could do better. Be even Bivol and shit. Tyson Fury, Usyk. Look, all the foreign guys, all the motherfuckers who can't fight in America or they're not gonna draw over here or for whatever reason, he could take them fights. He could take the leftover big fights.
Yeah, give us the fights that America won't make. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not enough of a.
Yeah.
It's just, speaking of that, like Fury Usyk's going to be pay-per-view in America probably, but really, are they even draws? Like does it matter in America? I mean, it's kind of.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so stupid. That shit. If it's pay-per-view, if that shit is over $20,
I mean,
it shouldn't even be pay-per-view.
I mean, right now, I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be like, because the Day of Reckoning for what we got was like $39.99 for like 8 fights or whatever. So if it's around there, cool. Like but it is what it is. But
they better stack the card. But I mean, they could do what they want at the end of the day. All I'm saying is like, if you want to take it even further than what you're doing, bankroll some fights in America and make that popping. Everything don't belong over there, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. He has his lane, just like everybody else get into boxing, have their lane, and sometimes you could expand your lane, sometimes you can't, but sometimes you could expand it in certain ways where you're like, oh shit. So like I don't know, if he bankroll a fight over here, he can't come over here and watch it.
I have no idea what the fuck.
They only got like 500 niggas watching these fights.
I mean, see, my thing is too is like
also you can bring them on one plane.
Like I say, I'm more interested in for this fight to actually get done. Like, because I know every week I'm tired of Tank getting Twitter fingers or Devin getting Twitter fingers or Bill Haney going on some random nigga's channel capping his ass off about some shit. It's just like like literally, it's like every week. Bill has some sort of random ass.
That's the game, though.
Don't forget
Teofimo. Boxing's buzzing.
Don't forget Teofimo trying to promote his fight too, because he's been saying some shit lately.
What fight? The nigga been promoting everybody else.
No, I mean, I'm just he's fighting Jermaine Ortiz, calling out Bud, but he's fighting Jermaine Ortiz. He's doing it just to get try to get his some interest.
Yeah. He's trying to ride a wave because everyone knows because his name isn't popping like Devin's or Tank's. Like he's trying to ride a wave. Yeah. He's a whole different case because Teofimo's nonsense is the reason why he's in the position that he's in. Like
and he's a casualty of I always felt Bob Arum caps the guys he can cap in terms of because Tio should be bigger. Tio should be bigger, but I feel like Bob Arum is
I'm not putting the blame on Bob for Teofimo. Teofimo was fucking up when he beat Lomachenko. He was fucking up left and right with a whole bunch of nonsense.
No, that fucked his shit up. Like star making performance, he didn't fight a whole year with the COVID and all that shit. Yeah, that was bad.
He kind of fucked his own momentum on that. Like,
yeah, no, Bob tried to save him. Like Bob said, look, I'm paying you this money. You don't gotta go to do a purse bid. So this nigga did a purse bid. The Triller shit, that shit went belly up. Eddie got the purse bid, and then he lost his belts to fucking Kambosos, who put his foot in his ass. Like that's literally what happened. Like Bob didn't do. Bob tried. It's like, no, I told you. That's what we didn't have to go there. So he lost a lot of his momentum from that, and he's trying to rebuild. It doesn't help that he's had mid performances since that too. So
the Josh Taylor fight, the only fight, his best performance since Lomachenko.
Right, and that's coming off a bad performance.
He's still upset that he's not making the money that the other guys are, because
you mean those black guys?
Yeah, the black guys.
Yes. He signed his deal before the money came in. Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, the funny thing is too,
all you got to do is keep winning and be active. Oh, my bad. What you said, yo?
Was it P or me?
Oh, no, I was gonna say finish out your deal. Finish out your deal, and then negotiate for a better one. Like, that's on you. It's not your fault. You signed. It's not anybody else's fault. It's nobody else's fault. You signed before the money came in. Like, that's on you. Finish. It happens. So, talking about, it's a slave deal. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
and I don't like niggas who are not black saying anything about fucking slave deals. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, Teofimo's been saying a lot of casual racist shit. Like this is wait a minute, why is this?
He is like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like Teofimo, he really comes off as a like. I don't like to throw this word around because in Florida, like you say this to certain people, it's a fight. Mm-hmm. Hey, what up, John's dad? He know. Like he be acting like a fuck nigga. Like I'll be honest. Like I mean, down here you call it like calling somebody a fuck nigga is like it's like pussy nigga or some shit. Like you gotta.
My thing too, and I mean, I've met Teofimo. I know Peace met Teofimo. Like, I mean, he's a decent person, but that motherfucker when he gets pressed,
I've met him like multiple times. And
but when
all my experiences with him have been good. That's the funny thing. Like, I've never had a bad experience with Teo, and I've met him like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, but when this motherfucker gets pressed about some shit, that casual racism, it's like, you know, like Paulie Malignaggia, except his casual racism came out well after he was done.
It's kind of weird because Teofimo, like before he lost and everything, he was like, I don't say he's pro-black, but he was very, you know, like he seemed like he was about, you know.
They all are. They all.
Yeah.
Hold on. He's so pro-black that he comes out with the fucking flag of Spain. The conquistador fucking flag. Don't go with that, bro.
I'm just saying. I've seen like, you know, like before. I've seen, you know, I'm talking about equality. You know, but yeah, it seems like obviously that was just maybe some bullshit. I don't know. I'm not saying he's racist. I don't know.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. He's one of those dudes who he checks himself subconsciously in the right environments, so he doesn't really get into it. Or the people.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying he subconsciously checks himself in certain environments so people don't see that side of him. So I could understand someone like King P saying, "Y'all been around this dude like 5-6 times, and yeah, he's cool as hell." But and even then, he's not making an excuse. It's just I just feel like dude kind of knows, but like when he's pressed or when he's comfortable or he's trying to make a point or he doesn't.
He's one of those dudes that, like, and I was saying this the other day because he's one of those dudes that, like, if you're talking to him, he'll be fine. But then eventually, when you get to something that, like, really, like, he's passionate about or gets under his skin, then he starts going left, and you gotta reel him in, and like that's the hard part, fucking reeling him back in. Then getting it's like you know those people that they get off on a tangent, and all of a sudden you gotta okay, bring him back. Come on, like. You're going a little too far. Let's bring it back here. He's one
I
of
mean,
those.
dude,
Yeah, we
I mean,
got a
dude-
podcast full of them niggas.
I mean, he wears his emotion on his sleeves. You know, I got a soft spot for Tio because I watched. You know, I saw him come up. You know, I mean, most of us saw.
Yeah, I fucks with Tio. Like, I
He's
feel you.
talented.
I mean,
I can see you.
we were the only ones who picked him against Loma, right?
Yeah. I picked him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we legit fuck with dude. It's just, that's why it's just kind of annoying when he does this shit. Like, it just like that casual racism. I don't know. Like, racism in any form just irks me, man. Like,
You know,
if it's casual, blatant, it don't matter.
But he has so many instances of this casual racism. He's dropped the N-word before.
Him calling Haney a nigga to his face. His dad saying nigga in the corner.
Yeah, it's like this.
Oh my god.
On ESPN, on the ESPN.
Oh yeah, he's
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, you know, and Andre Ward was like, you know, had to get on this Malcolm X wave and like, you know, it's like, listen here, like, you know, he shouldn't be using that word, blah, blah. You know, that whole night was a whole fuckery of shit.
It was. Shout outs to PJ because we was like texting during that shit and we were just like, yo, what the fuck? You hear this shit?
Yeah, I mean, his father. I've had conversations with his father, you know, T.F. Messina, and you know, that as I said before, that dude is dark. You know, that dude has like darkness to his soul or some shit like that. He's a very interesting person.
He's like Angel Garcia, but worse.
No, hold on. Actually, I gotta disagree. I mean, I've never met I've met Tio's dad a couple of times. I've never met Angel, but from everybody that like I have spoken to that have personal interactions with Angel, is that like Angel actually when he's off, when the cameras are off, he's actually pretty chill and cool as hell from what I've heard. Tio's dad is like really like that, regardless of whether the camera's on or the camera's off. There is no turning him off. He's that same guy. So if you find him annoying on camera, you're gonna find him annoying off camera. There's
proof
no
to what he's saying. Because I seen Tio's dad down here at the Jake Paul fight, and no cameras were around, and he was going off on somebody. Like he was all animated and da. So like, I didn't talk to the dude, whatever. I'm doing my business, but there's truth to what King P is saying. And I've never heard anybody have no bad shit to say about Angel Garcia. So.
You know, but yeah, it's just like, just this whole little thing, just like everyone's talking like, and to me, it's like 140 itself is supposed to be a marquee division. Now, everyone's just Twitter finger division. Like everyone there, every main player there is on Twitter fingering their asses off. Like that's what it is. Like it's just like. It's like, can someone please at least get some contract talks going, like sign some signatures?
Look, 140 is becoming 147 junior in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Like I know it's junior welterweight, but the junior is like being capitalized now.
Right, exactly. It's like
with rhinestones and shit. Like niggas is up here like it's too many active big names and not enough significant fights. Notice I said significant fights. Like fights don't have to necessarily be big, but they gotta be significant. It gotta lead to something, or it gotta be something where it's like, okay, we got number 7 and number 6 fighting each other in the division today. We got 2 and 3. We got 1 and I mean, like that's what's missing right now. It's not like how 154 would be, where you're seeing number 11 fight 13, number 8 fight 12, like, and everybody's dangerous. Like you could really like name all the 140 niggas and be like, God damn, like if they fight each other, this is like the best division ever.
Exactly. You know, and that's the shit, and that's the shit that kills me too. Like last year, like the most significant 145 pretty much went down. That was had any type of like praise was Akhmedov and Sims. Like, you know, like there should be more. We should have more in from that division.
Well, hold on, you're being greedy. You got Taylor T.O., you got fucking Prograis Haney. That's 3 fights, nigga.
I don't think I don't think they kind of moved it like they should have either. So it's
then blame the zone and promotion and all that shit. They would blame Top Rank. Those were significant fights now.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, of course, Haney Prograis too, but that's it. But I just feel like 140 is just it's not limited to its potential because it's just like there's just a lot more talking in that division, shit like that. So
I still agree. I agree with you somewhat, only in the sense that some of the top names moved around, but not enough for the bottom half, and not enough for the other names. Like we only really named 3 significant fights at 140. Usually, we're satisfied if that happens in any other division. Right. But when a division gets to 154, 175, like if we got 3 significant fights at 175, we wouldn't say shit, nigga.
Yeah, because 175, like niggas need time
but 140 got too many names for 3 to be.
And that's what I was trying to say is that, like, unfortunately, 175, it's a shallower pool. You know, you have a couple of names that really matter, and everybody else is just like, oh, interchangeable parts. Whereas like 140, it's a lot deeper. So like when you have more talent you want more matchups. It's natural. You're gonna want all these guys to fight each other. Like the World Boxing
went down.
Yeah, the World Boxing Super Series was like great for 140 because it's like that's the type of division that needs it. Yeah, that's the thing. It was. You need that type of thing for like divisions like that to sort everything out.
But the thing also, what it does, it has a ripple effect. Meaning, like everybody, there's usually niggas who's left out of that shit.
Right, like Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, but but that was a good thing because, I'll say this: it wasn't a bad thing because it also forced Jose Ramirez to take tough fights as well.
He did, which he did, absolutely.
Which was better for the fucking sport. So at that time, you had this 140 was cooking. Like it really was cooking. It started simmering a little bit last year and the year before, though.
140 is
at one point it was cooking.
I feel like 140 has took over 154 of the just fades after fades and so such a deep division. You know what I mean? 140.
It did. Because see, once Charlo became the champ and got Hollywood, 154, and once Zoo became like next up and Charlo was commercialized, like mainstream.
Yeah.
The division kind of hit because no other parts were moving. Like Ramos, Lubin, significant fight, robbery.
Yeah. Fundora. Supposedly Fundora's fighting that guy Bohachuk for the WBC interim, but like that guy like Charles Conwell should be on PBC in the mix. You know what I mean? Like
there's not enough. Like it kind of stagnated. But even though you had significant fights and like movement, it just like sometimes the sport goes. I mean, the division goes where the big name is at. If the two big names kind of get to a point where they're stagnant or they're not doing much or they're in a position where they're taking less fights, then the division just kind of chills a little bit right afterward. Like we seen that happen with 147 and Spence and Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Like once it got established that it was just those two at the top, everything else kind of just like kind of slowed up. Like
or even 168 with Canelo kind of taking all these off-brand fights or whatever. And
same thing, yeah.
And even the rumor of him fighting Maul next, which is like, and which is like, you have a Benavidez right there. Like, there's like, we got to establish something at 168, and it's just like one and 148. It's happened to this. It's just except there's just talking, and there's people arguing, and people putting charts about the average age of their opponents and this and who wants a Ferrari. I want a Ferrari. That type of shit. It's just getting fucking annoying. Like
send the man a Ferrari, then.
I mean, I would say for most of these guys that are talking about this shit day in day out, I mean, I was like, again, like, some of you could just, could go to YouTube and actually, watch some old fights, get some perspectives, because some of your perspectives are
in fades.
Yes, something like, or at least highlight some new fighters. Like, there's plenty of fighters that probably want some attention or some shit like that.
You know what it is? I fucking feel where you coming from, bro. Like, that shit ain't. it ain't. It's like that's the problem now. Like boxing's at a point where it's buzzing so much that the only real interest in actual boxing and fighting is coming from the casuals.
Yeah, yeah. That's and like
Why you think they attach themselves to the influencers and shit? Because them niggas actually end up fighting, no matter it looks good or not, whatever. It's transition is something where the hardcores, and you see tweets like this all the time where niggas is basically just trying to have shock value tweets and make conversations about the same 3 or 4 people all the time. And
yes,
they
I
have the
can think of.
platforms to
I can think
really
of one
blow up
person.
other people.
Yeah, I can think of one particular account. One particular Arrow stand account who the same 4 people left or right from Texas and his fake GoFundMe's and shit like that. That does all that shit. Same thing. And funny, we don't even follow him, but his tweets are all over the fucking timeline.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's a lot of these niggas. Like you be having to mute them or ignore it. Like it's ridiculous, and I'm just like, can y'all show this interest in the whole sport and not just make people believe that there's only like 5 niggas boxing?
Yeah, or at least try not to be their fucking business manager and saying some shit like this. Like it's like like I mean, with Take, I know us with the Take and the Saudi shit. Like people have to understand, and even if you don't like it, the Saudis can buy anything that they want. They are touching trillions. They can do that.
Now they can't buy anything they want, nigga.
I mean, if they wanted to, like, I mean, they have.
Could they buy you, nigga?
Nigga, I'm talking about in terms of what they can actually do.
I'm just saying, man. Like,
I'm not talking
because some of y'all niggas is like hyping these niggas up too much. Like, y'all gotta chill because these niggas got money. Like,
no, but
niggas
is
like, I treat them this way, His Excellency, and the money. This like, yo, y'all niggas gotta chill with this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, business wise, they have more money than PBC, Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy combined. Probably time.
They love that shit because they ain't got to promote. Look, if it was up to all these lazy promoter ass niggas, they'll have a guy like him run the whole sport and just overpay everybody for big fights and make them happen. And they would do no shoulder content, no promoting or anything whatsoever. They would literally leave it up to this guy. And I'm just like, it almost feels like he's a scapegoat for the sport with these niggas.
Oh, you talking about the turkey, right?
Yeah, like he's fixing their mistakes and shit. But then at the same time, like he's new to this, so he's gonna have certain mistakes. There's gonna be certain things he can't, like the whole 8 fights taking place in 8 hours is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's funny because I was actually thinking about that the other day about how this Turkish dude is like he's letting promoters off the hook. It's now allowing them to be kind of lazy because now he's doing all the legwork, and it's like, okay, so now y'all have another excuse to not do y'all fucking jobs.
Right? Thank you.
Gotta love.
And this is the thing. They're not even helping them with the legwork. Like you don't like. A lot of times these niggas could just retweet shit or make some bullshit shoulder content or something, and they don't even do that. And it's not like see, I wouldn't even say nothing if they said, well, shit, we ain't been making shoulder content. Let's see if we could get we ain't been making these fights. We haven't been making shoulder content. How about we get this nigga to make the fights and the shoulder content? Y'all only really just getting him to make the fight, and y'all still just dropping the ball on something else.
Yeah, the first thing, the shoulder content, I mean, all since it's there, like I mean, the shoulder content that's coming. I mean, obviously we know the Day of Reckoning commercial, and even the little creative tweets that he's coming up with.
But see, that ain't enough, bro. Like that's dope. That's fire. I love the creative energy. I love it's real creative. It's dope. But at the same time, these niggas ain't doing their versions of that in America to draw interest. They're not getting these guys on interviews with TV shows, podcasts, guest appearances, this, that, magazines, radio shows, signings, all that. They're dropping the ball on all that other promoter shit. To just let a motherfucker 1,000,000 miles away do a zombie commercial. Like that's really it, bro. Like that's like saying we all come here and do the podcast, but after that we leave. No one retweets anything ever. No one comes up with a Twitter poll. No one ever engages anybody. Never. No one does no damn articles, not articles, but live tweets or none of that shit.
Right.
Like we just do the one thing.
Right.
I mean, yeah, and that one thing could be fire. Niggas be like, okay, yeah, I fucks with them, you know, King P, Pilot, Pat, Shutter. Like, yeah, I fucks with these niggas. Yeah, there's some real niggas. They entertaining. I love the podcast. Love what they talk about. But damn, that's cool. But there's always gonna be one nigga in the background, like, yo, these niggas could they do more? Like, I mean, what are these niggas really doing? Like, it's cool, but like, is this it? Like, these niggas is too fly just to just do the podcast.
Right.
Like, what else are they doing? But we never gave no one a chance to even say that because we started out doing fucking everything. And
right.
We know it works because niggas fuck with everything we do.
Right.
So all I'm saying is they got to do something in a way where where the trending and the energy extends past Saudi Arabia when y'all making these fights. That's all I'm saying. Like, King P's right. Like, they're low key letting the promoters off the hook because it's not like saying it's like this. It's like how we do ring game. Like if everybody has their duties or their job's responsibility, and if one person needs a little extra help, somebody else steps up. But they still got to do their shit though too.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
These niggas is like no one's stepping up. Like niggas is stepping up to push work to the other nigga, and then they still not taking care of their shit. So it's like it's cool. It has its spot. It's just niggas like me, Pilot. I mean King P, Android. We warning y'all because there'll be part 2s and 3s and 4s of this discussion in the future when whatever happens, and niggas start saying like, hold on, like the energy different. But it's too early. Only a few of us is really trying to look at it this way.
Right, but then also it's also early for Saudi Arabia because we know gotta let Duke cook to see what he's gotta do for like the next 12 months or whatever. You know,
that's true too. Like, you know, so you gotta respect that. It's a lot. Like it's a lot.
But
you know,
but at the same time too, also 2024. Like, if you don't want these fights, if you don't want someone to say, okay, you know, hey, you know, let the Saudis bankroll. Like, actually, you know, Tank, Haney, whatever, get your legal team, whatever, get the shit there and sit there and actually, you know, come to an agreement on how you want to do this. If you want this fight in America, if you don't want, you know, if you don't want outside of throwing bread at you or at the commissions or at the sanctioning bodies or any of that shit, you know, because it's just like, you know, like there's only so many times, you know, like we've had fights obviously that have been ruined by it over marination, or like, I mean, obviously the most recent example would be in Joshua and Wilder, you know, where at the same time when we finally have something they're close to it, one fighter drops the fucking ball, and now it's kind of, you have to kind of like go back to the drawing board with that, because it's like
the ball been dropped more by that one certain fighter than the other fighter though.
Yeah, you know, of course, no, but now it's just like, you know, now that you get them on the same card, you know, main and co-main, and you're like, okay, they're supposed to be fighting in March, and now of course now one dropped the ball, and now it's just like, okay, like damn, like another fucking barrier.
And he said he still want the fight though.
He said he still wants it, but even he knows now that Wilder has to come back. He has to rebuild. He said like, well, Wilder has to pretty much rebuild before it's like, okay, we'll drop another 40, 50 million or whatever the fuck for Wilder and to try and make this fight. And this is
knock out another guy, another you know cannon fodder ass nigga, another putty or foot soldier, and
yeah, and then that's the thing with Tank, because I mean, let's put it this way, Tank's not finding the best competition, and we've always warned, like, you know, if you feast on certain types of opponents,
get Wilder and
oh, go ahead, P.
No, I was gonna say get Wilder in there with either Ruiz, Joyce, or Zhang. Like,
I mean, they tried
any of those will do.
I mean, they wanted to put him in the ring with Zhang, and I don't think that's a good
Zhang,
idea.
get the fuck out of here! You really, dude? Joe Joyce is the best option for Wilder.
Mm.
Zhang will knock the shit out of fucking Wilder, bro.
And if he does, he does. We're not protecting these fighters.
and
I mean, I get your point, but you can't say that and be like the end game is to make the Joshua fight. If that's not the end game, fine, make the Zhang fight. Shit, I'll take that. But if niggas is really still trying to want to see the Joshua fight, no way in hell you make Wilder fight Zhang. Like,
and that was the thing.
Joyce, I get the Joyce fight. They both coming off losses, and we always was like, okay, Juggernaut versus the, you know, whatever, Colossus, whatever. Like we fucks with that, the aesthetic of it, so it works.
Mm-hmm.
But Zhang, really?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully Zhang signed to fight Parker, and you know he has this what we had because there was some real talk. I was like, yo, if Zhang fights Wilder. Like, I mean, granted, it'll be like now late in his career, Wilder's facing the type of competition he should be fighting, but you don't face him off a rebuild like that. Like you're like you want him to get his head knocked off or some shit like that. I mean, yes, there's always a way he can knock Zhang out with one shot, but Zhang is if he could take.
I don't even know that no more. If he could have, he would have knocked out Parker with one shot.
That's also true too.
Like all that shit, like no one's gonna sugarcoat nothing for Wilder no more, bro. Like that's it. It's done. Like
including his competition, because I'm like, if you want to see Joshua fight, you gotta put him with someone else that's rebuilding, not someone who's probably streaking right now. It's probably incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, and that's only if you still want to see the Joshua fight.
Yeah.
If not, then but then at the same time, he's probably looking at it like, like, well, damn, why should I even fight at all?
Right.
So it's like. I'm just saying, dudes should just get into movies by now because this whole Malik Scott shit ain't working. This having legs the damn size of the damn paper towel roll ain't
he
working.
sounds content and a little CTE lace, so maybe if his heart's not fully in it anymore, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the man's taking psychedelics, you know.
He took two bad beatings, you know. I mean, in that Fury fight, you know, he overachieved. Whatever. I mean, is what it is. He, you know, I like for him to have a second act, but that Parker fight was a bad look. You know, I mean.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to see like a Tank and Haney fight fall to the wayside like that, because all it takes is like one loss, especially like say if Haney fights someone at 140 that can actually catch his ass, or Tank, you know, runs into.
Nah, we can't look at it like that no more, because that means these guys were never as good as they was advertised. If these niggas as good as they're advertised, and the fight is supposed to be the fight of all fights, whatever the fuck. Haney and Tank shouldn't be losing to anybody else at 140, regardless how stacked that division is.
But at the same time, we need to make sure these guys actually get something on the dotted line. Like, you know, no more of this Twitter shit. No more of these motherfuckers acting like they're business managers. No more of Haney capping on camera. No more of...
You don't want to see Rayo fight Tank?
I don't know. Yeah, Tank needs to. I mean, Frank Martin. I know there was a Matthias rumor that Ellerby already shut down. But Tank needs to fight Frank Martin. I mean, at the very least, not El Rayo. Not El Rayo.
Nah. See, like I said, the El Rayo, I don't mind that fight if Tank fights Haney or Shakur this year, and he's fighting 3 times a year, because Rayo with the Colbert, like he's earned him a big fight. I don't mind seeing niggas who earn big fights fight and get their chances, but PBC likes to do this shit where they rewarding the underdogs with getting them the opportunities.
Yeah.
And they kind of they screw them over sometimes with the decisions or the refs, but then at the same time, they're not making the A side be on their business.
Speaking of that, real quick on PBC, like it's a shame that 135, 140, like at 135, you had Rolly, Cruz, Frank Martin, De Los Santos. They didn't mix it up. 140, you got a bunch of guys on PBC, like Gary Antoine and Kenneth Sims. You know what I'm saying? Matthias, Elvis. Like it's a damn shame that these guys are mixing it up. I mean, really.
Yeah. because they want to make everybody the main character, and it's like, yo, like y'all got to start having some crossover fights. But then, I mean, because everybody can't be the main character at 140, and they're trying to promote everybody like that. Like you got a Frank Martin, you got a Zepeda. Like, no, put these niggas. It's time to damn put these shits together. Like, nah, like they could be only one on some Highlander shit for real.
Yeah, shit or get off the pot, that type of deal. Like, it's time like that because, like I said, you can't stagnate the division because, like I said, because the more of that we have, the more we have of people. Like soon I'm gonna see Excel spreadsheets and formulas about this shit about who the fuck how Tank hasn't fought anyone, Haney hasn't fought anyone, or formulas to show that Haney's really chinny as shit. Like, I mean, yeah, it's getting annoying. Like, I was very close to like muting certain words on the Ring Gang Twitter.
God,
yeah,
that's serious.
It is. Like, I mean, and of course, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's worse than fucking Spence and Crawford shit that gets rehashed. But this is just like, I mean, that one has like, that fight's not going to happen next because Spence is going under surgery and he's going to be down for at least a year. So it's like.
So we just need Crawford need to make a fight then.
And then of course now the fighters, because now the fighters, I mean, they got Twitter. I mean, they got the fighters on Twitter. Crawford especially going back and forth with niggas. You got. I mean, well, the only fight that I like going back and forth with motherfuckers is Jamel Herring because he's basically like he's not a fighter like he's playing he's doing this thing or whatever. But when you're like the top nigga in your sport, you're doing this randomly. Like, yo, you gotta stop this. Tank, you gotta stop this. Like. All this random back and forth shit with niggas, like it's just like, god damn, like because they began just like
I think it irks you a lot because you're not a fan of Tank's business decisions and opponents, and you already kind of shit on Tank sometimes. So seeing this nigga name buzzing along with someone else and just everybody's talking about it, it's like you're like, damn it. You shaking your fist at the sky.
Yeah, because he's not fighting. He's not fighting anybody. He's not fighting no one at all. Like, me. I give props to people who fight the right fights.
I mean, we can talk about this all day, but at the end of the day,
I'm just gonna say real quick, like Shakur 3-division champ, Haney 2-division, Tank now 2-division, but all the resumes are comparable. I know Tank's a few years older, but it's not like Tank's lacking that much compared to them. In my opinion, in terms of names and obviously. Scouts.
I mean, I agree with you. Haney's obviously got the better resume, but it's not no crazy. And then I also look at it too. Has Haney fought anybody that Tank couldn't beat? And as like neither guy has fought somebody that the other really couldn't beat.
But the issue is, them three, all these guys are mixing it up. That's the main issue.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Well, I was, we should have had a Twitter poll, but do y'all think they'll fight this year?
I don't have any confidence.
Not sure. If it does, it's late this year. Late in the year.
I mean, that's still this year, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I think actually I'm going. I was going to ask it this way then. What's your percentage of this fight happening this year?
I mean, right now it's
35%.
Yeah, right. It's somewhere around 20-25%. It's not. I don't have that much confidence of that.
Yeah, somewhere between 30 and 40.
I think largely it depends on what PBC's has. I mean, what PBC's role is going to be when they have their first show at the end of March. Like what the rollout, like what are we expecting from them or whatever? Because right now, like, even that's like up in the air. Because that's why you have all these PBC fighters. They're fighting on their random local cards now because they try to not get not to get
the certain guys
rusty or to get a paycheck, either one or the other or both.
I'm more like I always felt this way, but I always feel like Haney versus Tia will happen at welterweight. I feel like when Bud goes up, you know what I'm saying? Welterweight is kind of dead. Haney and Tia will eventually move up, and I can see that, them wanting to be the next welterweight, super fight, because it's 147. So I'm confident in that maybe happening down the line.
Or the next welterweight Twitter fingers, whichever one. I'm just
at this rate.
Yeah.
So I'll say this: I think it's 50% chance of happening this year. Tanking Haney.
I mean, at the minimum, they have to at least have it. If it's not happened this year, they at least got to have it signed. If they don't even have it signed this year, yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But enough about these niggas, man. Let's get into real boxing.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, although boxing has been like, there was one fight, that happened this past weekend with Michaela Mayer and Natasha Jonas, and yeah, that was a hell of a fight. That was one of the fights that to me that was like, this really needed to be 3 minutes 12 rounds. Like I honestly felt that like this was like honestly it felt like it went by so quick, but it felt like it had a lot of ebb and flow to that shit. Like
it's the best women fight since I think Shields Marshall for the most part. You know what I mean? It was a bit. We needed that one. It's been a while since we had a banger of a woman fight. To be honest.
Yeah, I know we talked about the women's.
Do feel you on that, and I'm not saying and I'll add to that a banging significant women's fight. Mm-hmm. Like there might be a few scraps here or there.
There's been like that Ramla Ali rematch was good. There's been a few, but not like a championship main event.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I just wanted to just add that because the women be putting it down, like, but at the top level, we haven't had like a good fight like that.
I think we're gonna get. I think we're going to get a good one in 2 months between Sinisha Estrada and Yokasta Valle. That's going to be a real story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's picking up quite a bit.
Superbad going to whoop her ass, though.
I don't know.
I agree.
Superbad's looking
y'all, what the fuck is I don't know? What?
Yeah, Estrada's looking kind of. I mean, she lost a step. I don't know.
Estrada. Listen, I've always said because they've been going at it for a minute. I've always said that. I mean, Yokasta is the better looking fighter by far.
Absolutely.
Sinisha, as far as fighting, is the better fighter. Sinisha's the better fighter. And I'm not going to.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I think like Sinisha she's looked not past it, but she's lost maybe a half a step. I don't know.
No, ever since she got
see what you're saying. Like, she.
I don't think she has.
Lost a step.
I think she's on cruise control right now.
Oh, yeah. I can see that too.
I don't look at it as lost. Like, I think she sometimes gets more aggressive than she has to, and she'll get caught. But like it's like King P said, but I don't call it cruise control because she doesn't fight like she's in cruise control. Like, but like I don't think she's taking these niggas serious.
Honestly, I think
that makes sense.
I think it's because she got with old boy. You know how it is, and now they all love
that. That's true too, because around that time, the performances have kind of dipped a little.
Yeah.
So and sometimes that could, outside life could kind of affect the inside life. I mean, the ring life. So Superbad should beat her ass. Like, this year we needed a year. We need a year in women's boxing where the top women are fighting and the fights ended up good.
Mm-hmm.
And last year it wasn't a lot of that.
Yeah, and so just to have one, pop off at the beginning of the year with Mayer and Jonas, like, and it was definitely ebb and flows because at first I thought Mayer was walking. Like, first of all, Mayer to me originally looked like she was like a clumsy oaf. Like she looked like slow and pondering, and Jonas was just making her look like. Like she didn't even belong in the fucking ring to him, but Mayer's ass was like female Margarito and that shit. So, and fucking things too, even the punches that she was kind of throwing at Jonas, I thought like at first I thought, damn, they don't seem to have a lot of effect because I know she's not turning over her punches all that much, and it's like she's, and I'm like, this is like she's getting affected, but. Apparently, that pressure and that size definitely got to Jonas like later in the fight, like in like midway. Like all of a sudden, like Mayer's shots were snapping her head back. She was on the ropes. You can see her eye getting like compromised. Like, and I'd say Natasha Jonas though she's clever though because every single time she took one of them head snapping shots, like she clinched ASAP. Some fighters can actually learn from that. You know what I'm saying? And then, but Mayer, I mean, I'm not saying, but Mayer though, for a good part of the fight, was getting hands put on her. Like I was just like, geez. Like, where's your defense? I mean, I'm pretty sure Coach Al didn't teach you to take all these goddamn shots like this.
See, that's my problem, son. At least you saw a two-way fight.
Mm-hmm.
So many people I'm seeing, like, especially Instagram, so many people act like it was some damn walk away highway robbery. One way. I mean, it was a fight of the year. Whenever you have a fight of the year, there's two-way action, nigga.
Right.
Like, but the way some people was acting, even Michaela Mayer herself acted like it wasn't no, like she just won easily, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, there was nothing easy about that fight, though. But she showed heart, though, because like I said, because I thought she was like, to come back the way she was, because like I said, that pressure definitely got to Jones, and Jones was like, it got to the point where I think she got a little tired, and she was throwing everything she could at him, but yeah, I think Mayer was coming out too strong, though. But it was a close fight. It was absolutely positively a close fight.
To me, it was a close, clear 6-4. I had it 6-4 Mayer. It was clear 6-4 to me.
Yeah, no, I had Mayer winning.
There's nothing clear about that damn fight.
Yeah, because you had Jonas winning. Like, I mean, that was your prediction before, but I mean,
I'm the only one who picked her, but I still saw a good. I had it 6-4 the other way, but my whole thing is this, because a lot of niggas ain't being genuine about that fight and the scoring. Like, I can't really take your scoring serious if you have Mayer winning this fight, but had her losing against Baumgartner. There's no way, like, your scoring is off if that's the case.
And
it was
Mayer,
the same type.
I didn't have her losing. I had that fight a draw.
But no, I'm just saying in general. Mm-hmm. In general. Now, typically, that fight, I could have seen that as a draw. A draw was closer to the truth than Baumgartner winning. But I had Mayer winning. But I could see a draw before I could see Baumgartner winning that shit. Mm-hmm. Even in the Jonas fight, I could see a draw in that fight. Or I could see it either way. But, like, the niggas who's screaming robbery, I hope y'all screaming robbery for the Baumgartner fight then. Because it was the same type of fight. It just, somebody injected steroids or they heard a ring game commentary and said, like, yo, y'all bros got to fight like y'all actually hate each other. And they gave us the fight that we were supposed to have with them. Because all this shit about when Mayer said the whole, I think after the, I think she won the first 2 rounds, and then that was it. I'm like, nigga, you just remember the first 2 rounds. You don't remember getting hit after that. Because she got buzzed a couple times in them damn first 5 rounds. Mayer just didn't just walk her down like on some Margarito, nothing could hurt me shit.
Yeah.
She was wincing and flinching. Dude, fucking Jonas was landing that right hook to the body all night.
Yeah, solid shots. Solid
shots. The jabs, even when she was fucking, and Jonas wasn't even on the ropes, the amount that people try to make it seem. Mm-hmm. The ropes kind of came later into the fight. And then even when she was on the ropes, she would be on there for like maybe 10 seconds.
And then she'd get off and clinch.
Yeah, she'll get off and clinch, or she'll hook to the body. All this shit that Baumgartner didn't do in the first fight.
Yeah.
But niggas say she won and was da-da-da-da-da and all that shit.
I will mention, though, I did mention that, on the preview, there will be some scorecard fuckery on here. I don't know if she got,
97-93, the Mayor's scorecard was the fuckery.
The 1 point, the 10-10 round was kind of weird, right? I don't know.
That was weird too.
But 10-10, 10-10 rounds, they happen. Although I personally didn't really see a 10-10 round in that fight, but sometimes
maybe one round could have been, because, and this is the one thing that's bad in women's boxing, where I feel like they do need to make 3-minute rounds just for this. Or if not, do the fucking 12 rounds, 2 minutes.
We need 3 minutes more than I think the 12 for now. It should be same as men.
No, the only reason I say that, because one or the other has to happen. either one could happen first, but one of them has to happen, so we could start seeing some clear separation in these fights. Like a 2-minute round, 2 minutes ain't enough sometimes because you could literally win 1 minute and the other person wins 1 minute.
Right.
And round's over. And you had a couple rounds in that fight where one of them was giving it real good in 1 minute, and then in the next minute, the other one gave it back real good. And a lot of the late rounds were like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone scored a 10-10, I felt they just did like some shit like this. Oh, hold on. Because like they just covered their eye and just said, fuck it, one of them, both, fuck it. Like, because some of them rounds were, and if you had 3 minutes, at least you could look at it like, okay, this person looked good for 2 minutes, this person looked good for 1 minute. And then now you kind of, the way you do it now is when you get to that part, you're like, okay, would I have rather been that one nigga for that 1 minute or that other nigga for them 2 minutes? Mm-hmm. And then that's where your subjective and your preferences comes into scoring. But at least we'll get to that point. Having to decide between 1 minute is like, I mean, between 2 minutes is like, because even with the light sport I be doing with my people, with my students, we go 1 minute, but 1 minute goes so fast that someone could easily control a good 20 or 30 seconds and win the whole round.
I do feel that. I did see somebody say though, the thing with some of the exciting women's, like the Serrano Katie Taylor fight, some people think, given that it's 2 minutes, it makes it a little bit more exciting. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I can see both sides of the coin, but
But see, you're getting all these crazy scores and close fights, and you're not getting the separation we need. Like, if they scored fights better, but then honestly, if you scored a lot of these fights truthfully, they would end up being draws. And then I'll be writing fucking articles.
Right.
Because remember when the draw became the new robbery before with men's boxing, that was just the robberies. But these women bouts, you could literally make a case for them being draws, a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Serrano Taylor, I had Serrano winning, but I felt like you could make a case for a draw in that fight. Mm-hmm. Baumgartner Mayer, another fight. I had Mayer winning, but I feel like you could really make a strong case for a draw.
Yeah, Shields Marshall was a little closer than I thought it would be, but I felt like Shields would have won a little more clear. I mean, she won clear, but she would have separated a little bit more if there were 2 rounds.
Yeah, if there was 7 rounds, if there was 12 rounds, Shields would have probably took it even more clearer. Like it was still 6-4 to me. Like I get it, but then Marshall looked better later in the fight than Shields did.
Did, that's for sure. Yeah.
So it kind of like, but then remember, we're looking at, like, I think Shields and Marshall, they're the closest to like being able to fight like dudes. So I think we kind of grading them like they're like elite. And I'm talking about athletes for their division, more so than Katie Taylor and Serrano, because Marshall and Shields, they're more closer to their physical primes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like, god damn it, a rematch with them at 12 rounds or 3 minute rounds would be fucking fantastic.
Yep, and it'll give us the separation that we want and want to see.
Yeah, but other than that, like a lot of these fights, they end up the damn Marshall DeZern was close. Mm-hmm. That was just a bad fight,
right?
And then some of these, you're like, do I really want to see 2 more rounds or an extra minute of these niggas? Like, y'all be acting like you're seeing Rigo fight Corey Spinks or some shit.
But yeah, no, even the scorecards aside, it doesn't take away from the fact that it was a hard fight. Like, like Jonas like another thing I saw. I think Jonas even after the fight, like she was in the interview, like so like her face was all lumped up. You could really see, her face got trademarked and everything. Like it's just like
that shit, that black eye. I think it was
Yeah.
on this side she had it. Yeah.
Yeah, and for someone like I said, because I mean personally, I do think Mayer is big for that division, like but she like and like I said, I mean
They could have fought at 154.
Yeah, but yeah, she did a lot of damage for someone who's like who only has like 5 knockouts. She did a good amount of damage to Jonas, and I know that they obviously. Bradley was on one though for talking about like because he was wilding out on some of the shit that he was talking about.
Yo, tell me what was he saying? Because see, I saw the Sky Sports broadcast. I didn't see the ESPN.
He was being a homer. He was like, Mayer won this fight, and shame on their man just for not having a rematch clause. Like, bro was really going in on this shit. Like, for like what? Like, why?
Yeah, damn, that shit was no robbery. Like, if that's a robbery, then you got to say Lomachenko Haney a robbery. That's not a robbery.
A lot of people, I mean, I see a lot of people thought that, Mayer won. Mayer won. I feel like a lot of people have been saying that. So I don't know. I mean,
niggas can't score fucking fights, yo. Like, that's.
Well, wait, hold on. Who do you think won? You thought it was a draw? Who do you think won up?
No, I had Jonas winning.
Jonas.
Because I look at it like this: like, you got I feel like Jonas won the first half. And then Mayer won the second half. But overall, like, you could give Jonas more, like, you could sneak in or score more the late rounds for her than you can Mayer for the early rounds. Because ain't too many early rounds you could give the Mayer maybe 1 or something. But then in the second half, you could give her like damn 3 or 4 of them shits. That's why I can see. That's why I can honestly see a draw.
I think that.
But when I'm seeing niggas talking about, and Anna herself talking about she won 8 rounds, what the fuck?
Yeah,
nobody won 8 rounds in that fight.
No, nobody.
The lack of output. I mean, I thought Mayer won maybe 6.
And I didn't even see punch stats.
Yeah, Mayer won punch stats, but I felt like. I don't know. Sometimes fighting in the UK, you saw what happened with the Cameron and Kay Taylor second fight. It just feels like in the UK, it's some WWE shit sometimes. I mean, the home cooking's well cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I thought, man, that's kind of a fight.
See, I didn't see Mayer was missing a lot of shots. Like, I don't like, man. I can't just go by punch stats. Like, because me personally, I don't feel like Mayer, like maybe her punches come from the second half, really, because when I look, because I honestly felt like because I didn't see the punch percentages, so I'm going by what I saw on the fight. I didn't see the numbers, so I don't know. From speaking from what I've seen, if I was to go like who was more accurate, it was Jonas, definitely. I felt like Jonas landed 1 out of every 2 shots or 1 out of every 3 shots.
Especially with the body shots. I mean, Mayer hurt her more.
Thank you. And the jab.
Mayer hurt her more. It's just like, that's a deflating loss. Like, that's like, I'm going to say a retirement loss, but like, Michaela lost 2 close decisions, in the UK. Like, that's
that's not no retirement loss.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, she lost, 2 out of the last 3, right?
Yeah, she needs to buy. She needs to know how to knock somebody out now. Like she has to.
She has to.
Punching technique and fucking strategy. Because
real quick, what do you guys think? Why does she get like? There's been fighters, there's certain fighters that like just in the close fights will never get the nod. You know what I mean? So what do you think it is with her?
Punches ain't flashy enough, bro. Look, that's what I'm about to say. Look, when Mayer spent the first half literally following Jonas around, eating shots and getting off a 1-2 or a counter left hook every now and then. Jonas started getting a little tired because that pressure, mental pressure around the 5th round, Mayer, and all of it starts happening at one time. Mayer's, now that Jonas is at a proper distance because she's a little tired and not attacking as much, Mayer's able to catch her at the end of her shots more. And that's more so on Jonas than Mayer. Jonas kind of just transitioned into that proper range for Mayer. You saw whenever Jonas was first or was attacking or jabbing in boxing, Mayer really couldn't do nothing with her.
Facts.
The only time really she had success was when Jonas was fighting her fight or when she fell into that range or got into the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when, Mayer had control. And even then, it was the type of control you have trying to put a damn bobcat in a fucking suitcase. Because Jonas was still landing shots to the body, still ripping them counter shots, and still fighting her off. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like Margarito beating the shit out of Sergio Martinez against the ropes.
Nope, not at all.
Yes, she had some moments, and they keep looking at that. They keep going to that because those were like the wow moments. And another thing, Mayer won her rounds bigger.
She did.
But the score is the same. You don't get it. You don't give her 11-10 or 11-9. You don't give her an extra point because she won her round bigger. But yeah, if Mayer wants to get more knockouts, she has to do a better job of finding her range and not smothering her shots and making women get the damn end of her shots. Yeah, and another thing, she doesn't set up her punches with a jab.
Because one thing is too is like I felt like Mayer could have put Jonas on the canvas in the final round, but she kept on smothering her shots. Like I was like, step back, give yourself some space. Because Jonas looked like she was. If you gave her one good body shot or whatever, she would have went down. At least she would have took a knee or something. But it's just like
she was there for Mayer. Like and Pat seen it. Yeah. That nigga boxed enough to see what Mayer was doing wrong.
Yeah, so it's just like it was kind of frustrating. I was like, because every time that she smothered the work, Jonas, all she would do was just grab her. Like, yeah, because it's like that's a smart thing to do. Like instead of trading fire with her or try to fight, just grab her, and just save yourself from getting taking extra shots to the body or whatever, or to the head or whatever, getting your head snapped back. Yeah, it's like Mayer.
And remember, she would land the 1-2 sometimes before any clinching or. Before Mayer did anything. So, like, I don't know. It's like niggas got to start seeing two-way action in these fights. Like, y'all can't just be looking at one person.
Right.
I know y'all was fixated on the OnlyFans sign or some shit. I don't know. Like,
yeah. And shout out to DT3 the Boo Man because I know he had a hilarious cast about OnlyFans and OnlyFans not being a suitable sponsor.
I've been watching his videos. Hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah, but no. He made a good point though. He's right. Like, out of all the damn platforms we have, y'all choose OnlyFans, and it's so typecast, and y'all not understanding. Like, boxing fans, if they look at you in that type of way, they're expecting that type of content.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
no hardcore boxing fan is going to no damn OnlyFans to see you train.
Yeah, like, and that's the shit, and that goes for men too that are on that bullshit too. Because I've seen that, like male boxers, like stop that shit. Because like motherfuckers only go on OnlyFans for one thing, and it's to see some X-rated action. Like you gotta show something at the minimum.
Thank you. The only person right now who has the OnlyFans that's popping and not porn related is 3D Nati, the rapper from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And she'll show you the rankings and all that shit and everything she does and all that and how she makes it work. And it got to the point where like people think they could replicate her process and do what like it's just different for her. That's her lane. Like, and boxing just work different.
I mean, I get it. Mayer is, she a white girl and shit like that, and OnlyFans is like popping, and then who knows? There might actually be some simps out there that just like look at athletic bodies train. Because everyone has their own fetishes and kinks or whatever.
Yeah, but you're diluting your own brand. You're better off if you're a boxer and you're promoted and you get cards and you're known and you have a decent amount of followers on other platforms. Just get on YouTube and TikTok and get your account monetized.
Yeah.
Since that's it, like that's all. Like you'll be able to inspire millions. People to see you. You won't have a paywall behind you. You could go live and do some bullshit, and motherfuckers that pay you money, just whatever.
Right.
Like the bag is right there, and y'all go and do this OnlyFans stupid shit, and it's like.
And OnlyFans, I mean, I can go off onto a whole other rant about OnlyFans or whatever, like in the way that it's kind of empowered the inner whore or inner porn stars and people,
dude. And like, then on top of that, like, do you know boxing fans? Mm-hmm. Like, if niggas that fucking go and get streams by any means necessary to see fights, you don't think they're gonna do that for OnlyFans?
I'm saying,
like. Come on, like the only person who really benefited from OnlyFans is Emily Bridges, like her type of branding. Yeah. But it still hurts her because she took it more serious than boxing. So
yeah, exactly. And
then you're not making the type of bread like that over there anyway.
Right. Because because like I said, with OnlyFans, the expectation is eventually you gotta show a little something. You gotta show a little cooch, a little butthole, or something like that.
And then if you ain't trying to do all that, then you ain't trying to fuck on there. Stop. Like some of these women, like even if they play the whole sexiness of like Emily Bridges, should like I don't even know if she's on TikTok, but if she is and does the right shit, she should easily be having 1 million followers.
Right.
Even on YouTube.
Right.
So it's like y'all ain't doing no Ruby Rose numbers on OnlyFans. I promise you that. So it's like, nah, like it's just stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this thing about the younger girl, like what younger girls are y'all inspiring? Younger women are y'all inspiring with that shit?
Yeah,
they're not gonna see your training videos. You think some 17-year-old girl who wants to get into a different sport or try out boxing is gonna find you on OnlyFans?
Yeah, absolutely not.
No, like the fuck out of here. Like they don't look at that. That's the shit I look at. Like, I mean, sounding like a father or some shit. Like,
man, but so yeah, it is. Like, I mean, it's branding. Like, it's everything to a fighter. You gotta brand yourself the right way, not the wrong way. Shit.
It's not that hard. Like, oh my god, like, what conversations y'all be having with y'all people?
But like I said, the fight was damn good. It was hard hitting. It's definitely fight of the year candidate. And truthfully, that makes sense. It was a very light ass weekend for that. Like, it was good. At least that fight had a little buzz and everything like that. And then it was rocking in the UK. I mean, everyone was into that fight. So kudos to those two. And hopefully, even with no rematch clause, they actually do get it on again. Because I would love to see it. And I'd love to see him, let's do it 3 minutes, 12 rounds type of deal. So, like,
best you want him to do both? Get out of here.
Yeah, because I just feel because now
you trying to get someone killed, nigga. Chill.
I mean, I feel like it was more like they survived it, more like so like they were like kind of running on fumes at the end or some shit like that. I was just like, I just want the stakes need to be upped a little bit.
Yeah, we need to see separation. Like, I'm tired of these damn. The only other thing I'll say about this fight is all you niggas who complain about Jonas is holding and clinching, I hope y'all was fucking damn raising hell for Katie Taylor in them Cameron fights.
Right. Right.
All I got to say, because I seen way too many tweets about this shit or comments on IG and shit, and I don't remember seeing all that second Taylor fights with Cameron.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, like, y'all get it together. Like, this shit ain't let's call it fair game, son. Like, shall we?
Yeah, but one fight though that should not have any of that shit going on in this fight is the other lone fight card for this weekend. And like I said, and this one is, it could be curiosity, it could be, I don't know what you want to call this one, other than it's like one person is definitely needs to step up their shit, and the other one is just mostly like he's kind of being used as like the jobber to the stars type of deal. Of course, I'm talking about Jaime Munguia and John Ryder. Now, this is one of the fights where, of course, Munguia, we've asked him to fight someone else. Like Munguia, you're supposed to fight, like, fight. Oh, who's it? They tried to get him to fight, but it kind of fell. I mean, there was the Charlo incident, the Charlo fight, and
Andre.
Yeah, Andre, yes, and all that stuff. So it's just like
he's had name after name available for him to fight.
Yeah, like from Triple G. It's like it seems, and I know
Johnny Bag. Yeah, all those names around there.
Yeah, Canelo even. It's just like, yeah, and it just seems like it's just weird. Like the guy he's 40 fights into his career, and he's had, and he's been a champion and everything like that. He has, he has dominant wins, but for some reason they moving him like a prospect still. And on top of that, and fun too is like there was a period obviously where Munguia was getting refined when he was getting trained by Eric Morales. Eric El Terrible, he's a legend, and you can tell, you can see the influence in his game because he got offensively, he tightened up his offensive. Everything was like where it needed to be.
Yeah, he's looking way sharper.
Yeah,
the jab was jabbing, the right hand was handing.
Yeah, but when he decided to get away from him and go to Freddie Roach, you saw a whole decline because when we previewed his fight with Sergey Derevyanchenko, like pretty much we were just like, because Derevyanchenko obviously has been put through the ringer, so we think, okay, this should be an easy fight for him and stuff like that, and it ended up being a fight of the year candidate, like a top 3 fight,
Yeah, facts.
And then you see Munguia taking all types of ridiculous, like I don't think I've ever seen Munguia take as many flush shots as like the hooks, the uppercuts, like. Not Lomachenko.
It was a variety of flush.
Yeah, variety. Like Derevyanchenko was lighting dude up. Like he had him in trouble like on several rounds. It was just like, geez.
That's never a good thing. It's one thing if you're susceptible to like a certain punch that somebody throws or a certain 2 punches or a combination, but a nigga shouldn't be able to just land anything he wants on you throughout a whole fight.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't even say. And this is at 168. Derevyanchenko is a lot of his career at 160. And he got put through the ringer. So the fact that you have a compromised Derevyanchenko and he's letting you up at your division that you've acclimated yourself in is a problem.
And you're in your prime and you're a bigger dude naturally, like.
Yeah, exactly.
I know people could be like, well, he fought at 154. I'm like, yeah, of course. But, there was this other Mexican guy who got himself down to 154 and convinced everybody he was a little nigga too. And, yeah, he's going to fight Charlo, I think, soon.
Yeah, and the worst thing, too, was Munguia nearly also gave himself an L because he wanted that fight to be a 10-rounder, but Derevyanchenko refused. Now, if that fight was a 10-rounder, he would have lost the fight by a split decision. And he rightfully so. He deserved to lose, but then the 12-round fight, which he didn't want, saved him from a loss because he managed to score a knockdown in the final round against Derevyanchenko, who was kind of holding on, and he won the fight on 2 cards by 1, I think, or something like that. So it's like, geez, but then it's just like you go from the fights with Eric Morales to this fight, Freddie Roach, is like, geez, like what's next for him? Because because if you're getting lit up by Derevyanchenko, like who else can you get lit up by?
Yeah, imagine Well, I was about to say, imagine Donomus hitting him with them shots. Then I was like, damn, hold on, that's 160.
It just feels like I gave him a little bit of bail, shot him some bail balls just because he was young. but now he's like 27, and 160 wasn't, he didn't do anything at 160 really. Even though he could have, fought like an Andre or something. And 168, I don't know. Like, I would say, I don't know, his career spoiling on Divine. He's an attraction, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah,
is he really an attraction?
I mean,
outside of Mexico?
I'm just saying,
Mexican fan base.
Mexican fan base. I mean, it seems like he's still main eventing. You know what I mean? But I feel like if the fight's competitive, then there's an issue with them. I mean, if this fight's actually truly a competitive fight, like the Derevchenko fight, then Munguia maybe have hit his ceiling.
Yeah, because John Ryder is not. He's not known as an offensive machine like that. 160, like he's tough. Yes, he's won the distance with Callum Smith and Canelo and shit like that, though. But this is a guy. I mean, nothing about this fight should say that hey, Munguia should get lit up by John Ryder. Like, keep in mind, John Ryder's biggest victory lately was over Danny Jacobs, and that was a fight that was close.
Yeah, that was more of a like we've screwed you over so many times. Here, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt this time.
Mm-hmm.
And they chose a time when he didn't look his best. I mean, I picked him to win because more so that I knew they was going to look at him in that aspect, and then Jacobs has been already looking bad. And it's like, if we're going to throw a bone to one of these guys, Ryder has more upside than Jacobs. It's sad because that was the best we've seen Jacobs look in years.
Right.
So it's just the boxing guys were just like, I don't know. It was a tough day up there.
Facts.
Like niggas left that fight with a headache. Like, shit.
Yeah, so it was just so it's like you see Ryder, and then because Ryder's last fight with Canelo, I mean, although he gave it a spirited try, like Canelo pretty much beat his ass handily. Like the dude was bleeding all over the place, and in fact, it was kind of
he was putting hands on Canelo in them late rounds. Like,
I mean, he made the distance.
I
think he made the distance, and to some that might have been a W for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Canelo was supposed to knock him the fuck out. That's why everybody was like, "Damn, Canelo, what's going on?"
Right.
Because he did drop him. See, when Canelo dropped him, he hurt him.
Yeah.
And dude was already busted up. Like, he kind of did some Bivol shit where he couldn't just step on the gas and get him out of there.
Right. So now we have the situation. So, P, what do you think of Jaime Munguia and John Ryder?
This is going to be I see this being similar to the damn Derevchenko fight, where Munguia is going to struggle like he always does. He's going to have his struggle moments. And then he's going to have his moments where he comes on strong, pause. And then I think he's going to take over later in the fight and maybe even knock down Ryder. I don't think he stops him, but I think he knocks him down. And I think he wins ekes out a close decision.
You have a score?
Like I'm gonna say 115, 112.
Sounds like a safe bet. Hey, Pilot, what about you?
I've been going back and forth. I definitely think Munguia is gonna win. And I think I'm gonna say round 9 KO. But it'll be competitive. I think he'll prove a point. I mean, I don't know if beating Ryder really proves a point because I don't really think that highly of Ryder. He's top 10 at 168, but 168 is pretty deep. But he'll compete and hang. But I feel like he'll get the stoppage round 9.
LB, what about you?
Man, Munguia is probably beat the shit out of this dude in 6 rounds, yo.
And honestly, I agree with that too. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to because like Munguia, for all his defensive flaws and stuff like that, Munguia knows how to put together combinations, like wicked combinations. And it's not like Ryder's a defensive whiz or anything like that. So it's like I could honestly say, and Ryder is not like a big super middle himself either. He's not. So
yeah, and he don't have a defense that Derevchenko has because Derevchenko's compact. And Derevchenko's a higher quality fighter than Ryder.
Right. Yeah, the only difference is, though, that no one cared to protect Derevchenko's record, where Ryder, at least, his record is not – I mean, you can look at his record and thinking like, okay, he's lost to some decent guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Where people will probably look at Derek Chickens record and it's like, God damn, like he probably stinks when it's the truth that he just got put through the ringer.
Yeah.
But I definitely say because because I have a hard time. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that Ryder is not capable. I mean, he made a bigger fighter in Callum Smith. Like, he made Callum Smith fight fucking small as fuck, and outworked him and all the stuff like that. So it's not like he doesn't have the experience of beating a bigger guy, But it's just like with Munguia. Munguia is at his best. He's like nonstop offense, like, and he punches hard as shit. And it's just been part of me is thinking that I find it hard to believe that he won't get busted up. Even if he's competitive, he won't get busted up by Munguia's punishment. So yeah, I'm thinking he might stop him by like 7. And Ryder's not a guy that gets stopped easily. He's only think he was only stopped like once. So he's
by Nick Blackwell.
Yeah,
Nick Blackwell is the only person to stop him.
Right. And even the odds reflect that too, because I just had to bring it up on FanDuel. So for Munguia, points of decision is plus 110. For Munguia KO, it's plus 235. For draw, it's plus 1280. John Ryder to win a decision is 550, and KO would be 640.
It's 12 rounds, right? My fault. It's 12
of course, yeah. This is 12 rounds. Yeah, unless Munguia pulls an okie doke at the weigh-in or some shit like that. It's like, hey, I don't want to do 10 rounds again or whatever.
Real quick, the fight I'm looking forward to on that undercard is Darius Fulgham versus Alantez Fox. That's kind of intriguing. That's a kind of decent step up for Fulgham, who's the 160.
Didn't we just see Fox? Didn't we just see Fox get knocked out?
He got bodied. He did get bodied bad, but I mean he's still a quality fighter. This guy Fulgham hasn't really fought anybody worth it, respectfully worth the shit. So
who the hell did he get knocked out again? By Muffin Top Boy?
No, I think the guy that Mbili should fight next, the Canada Bazinian, something Bazinian.
Eric Bazinian.
He actually fights Thursday. That guy fights Thursday. They should make him versus Mbili, but yeah, he got knocked out pretty bad by him. But it's still a.
No, I'm saying who was the guy who. No, I was saying who beat up Fox the last time? Didn't fucking Beck beat him up?
Morrell beat him up bad, and also, but I'm saying recently it was the guy Bazinian, the Canada top rank guy. He knocked him out with a hard shot. I think while we were potting actually.
So I know Fox is. I guess Fox now, Alantez Fox knows where he is now. I mean, he's like, okay, I'm an opponent now, or I'm a fodder for prospects or whatever.
Get that payday, but I mean, again, the guy Fulgham. We've seen him a couple times. He's nice, but you never know. You see prospects lose all the time, so it's a little intriguing.
And then also too, Sebastian Fundura's little sister Gabriela Fundura is the co-main. She defends her belt against Christina Cruz, so that's at least Gabriela Fundura can actually body some fighters.
She got a knockout. I mean, I'm looking forward to that one. She got a knockout last time.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So I mean, like I said, I mean. It's life for the weekend, but like with Golden Boy, like I said, they have a touch. Like even with what they offer, like chances are you'll get in a really entertaining card of some sort. Like whether it's from from the main event, co-main, or whatever. Like they know how to put together a card. So it's like, but even with Munguia though, like Oscar has to have some sort of plan. Like the motherfucker's like 42, 43-0. Like what? Like. Seriously, like you have to put him in some significant fights, and it's not. And you can't even use the excuse that says you can't make a fight because that Munguia doesn't want them. So it's like,
yeah, I don't even think it's Oscar's fault anymore.
Shit, I mean, he's giving Shane Mosley an extra something. I don't know, like shit. We need it's not much of an ass, but shit, like they're both on Golden Boy. If he's not gonna, fight Canelo,
yeah,
they need to put them more on each other's cards and build up Shane Mosley more. Shane Mosley deserve a title fight.
Yeah, like I mean, Shane Mosley should be fighting somebody for a middleweight title.
Feed me the Munguia fight.
Yeah, and if I think it's too, it's like I mean, Mosley for as much. I mean, he has his moments, whatever. But one of the things that Mosley does, Mosley has a chin. Like he inherited his father's chin, but there are times I know he's taken a lot of punishment, like. And I think that would. I mean, I don't think Mosley has the power to kind of hold off on Munguia. That's why I don't really want to see it unless there's like a title on the line. Like, because I want Mosley at least Mosley is very close to actually a title shot. So let him at least get that before.
I mean, Munguia is closer to a title shot, than Mosley. That's what I'm just saying.
Well, he's been.
I mean, dude, no, look. You got to look at it in a way where if we're playing the game fair, when everybody's advantages, Mosley's closer to a title shot or more deserving. Munguia is a guy who's had like 17 fucking chances already to take one when he's had it, and he don't want it. He don't want a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could take whenever he want. Like, nah, fuck him.
Yeah, like there was so many times where Oscar or him have pulled out of the fight saying like, no, they don't want it, stuff like that. Where it's just like, yeah, Munguia is a detriment to his own career. Because I don't know if he just wants the easy road or whatever the fuck. I don't know what his motivation is. But yeah, no, it's just too. It basically is just too many of these fights and whatnot. And eventually, it's like I said, if a pretty much a past his prime Durancheco could put hands on him like that, it's only a matter of time that someone who's not as worn down or has that type of mod will do the same to him. And like I said, I mean, I know I definitely find, if you're a betting man, definitely find value in actually putting something putting something on a Munguia KO. I mean, I honestly didn't expect it to be plus 235, but like I said,
damn.
Yeah, Ryder's not the type to get knocked. Ryder's only been knocked out once, so it's like, shit, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
But then and it's either that or you do a group round betting. It's surprisingly there's a lot of prop bets for this fight on here on FanDuel. I don't know why. Like there's a lot. Shit. Like 4 different alternative group round bettings. Will the fight go the distance?
Oh, damn.
I mean, if the fight doesn't go a distance, it's a plus 148. It's like the odds are kind of favorable if you really want to gamble on this fight for that. Like, but yeah, no, Oscar needs to in 2024. Oscar needs to put him in a fight. Needs to put him in a fight with somebody like at 168 or something like that. Like, no more coddling Munguia for no fucking reason. Like, you gotta make him fight somebody. Like, and like I said, John Ryder, I'm guessing, because if John Ryder hasn't done that, where John Ryder's putting his foot in his ass, but he doesn't get to this in the decision, it's not gonna look too good for Munguia. Like, he has to cut all this shit out. Like,
facts.
Yeah, like you have wins over world champions, you have all this shit. Like, there's no reason for you not to be taking these big fights. And actually, he should be running middleweight. Like, I don't understand why he's not, but Munguia needs to get his shit together. And I just see that Henny God, salute to the channel. Yeah, thank you. I know you just came in.
Salute Henny God, what it do?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's a lighter weekend of boxing still. Like, obviously, things probably won't pick up until probably maybe the second week of February, because you have the Teofimo fight and everything like that. But yeah, no, I think that looks at like if you have nothing better to do or whatever, 8:00. Of course, that's when the main card starts live on DAZN. You get that card for the night. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else to discuss for now. Because I know we went in about the other shit too, so I think we could probably end it here unless there's something else you guys want to bring up.
Nah. Oh, real quick. Carrot cake or velvet cake?
Velvet cake.
Velvet. Easily.
Damn, like that?
Oh, you're a carrot cake fan, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, no,
wow.
I because carrot cake because my dad loved carrot cake. My dad's not a sweets person. Like, my dad hated sweets, but for whatever reason, he loved carrot cake because he thought it was like so healthy and shit like that. So I
don't know. I just like the texture and the icing work better. Like I felt like the average carrot cake is better than the average red velvet cake. But when you get
Red Velvet had a little moment for like a hot, little.
Yeah, it did. But see, like, red velvet cake gotta be like elite. Like, the best red velvet cake tastes better than the best carrot cake.
I mean, I remember as a kid, because my mom used to bake cakes and stuff like that. So she used to keep that around, like between that and pound cake. And I used to try to take it like a slice of it and like have the nuts and everything and stuff in there. And I just could never get with it. And my dad, it's one of the few things my dad would like say, "Yeah, eat it, eat it." I'm like, "No, I don't want to eat this carrot cake." And then, of course, my dad would crack me upside the head.
Imagine getting forced to eat carrot cake. Wow, your parents loved you.
No, it's not like my dad would crack me upside the head because he didn't do no picky eaters. My dad would get like a soup spoon that my mom used and crack me upside the head if I didn't want to eat something he wanted me to eat. So it's like, yeah. So carrot cake. I just even as I got older, I've never warmed up to carrot cake. I'm just like,
that's crazy. Nigga getting beat up, dude, for carrot. Like nigga, I'd be eating carrot cake. You know, like imagine this, like man,
nigga, my mom made
niggas take ass whoopers for way worse food, bro.
My mom made blazing ass pound cake. Like that was my shit. Like she made great pound cake, nigga. So that's why I'm just like I'd rather have that, but it's just like no, you gotta eat.
Pound cake is great. Pound cake is great.
Yeah, pound cake.
It ain't better than pineapple upside down cake.
I mean, that's gonna be facts, bro. I mean, hey, like you know what I'm saying, like. You know, pineapple devil's food cake was also one of my favorites.
I mean, niggas would get their ass up over potato salad. Let me see what else. Mashed potatoes.
Strawberry shortcake is still one of my favorites, though.
I love strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah,
that's fire. That's fire.
I'm just not a chocolate cake fan.
Yeah, vanilla bean cake was another one.
Oh, vanilla bean. Oh Lord, yeah.
Yo, I swear, man, I gotta find a woman that knows how to.
It's funny because ever since as I got older, the older I get, the more strawberries I eat. Like I be eating a lot of strawberries these days. I don't know. So anything strawberry related, I'll have it. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can see that. That's the same with like strawberry with like cheesecakes and stuff like that. Strawberry cheesecake is one of my favorites too. So it's like, yeah, I can.
It's a classic. The strawberry cheesecake never go old.
Yeah, like if I ever outgrow cheesecake, please take me out and put me out my misery. You know what I mean? Like
cheesecake's to go.
I will just give you carrot cake, nigga. You'll snap right back. You like, oh shit, nah, nigga, carrot cake.
Cheesecake's to go for sure. In my opinion.
You said what?
Cheesecake's to go for sure. Cheesecake.
Yeah, definitely. The fuck out of here. Honestly, that's undisputed gold.
I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like. You know what I have? You know what I haven't had that for some reason I don't know why I'm craving now. Fucking chocolate mousse. I haven't had that in a minute. And I don't know why now I want some chocolate mousse.
I used to work at an Italian restaurant and they have that. They have that shit. I haven't had that in a minute. Yeah, you're right. Huh.
Yeah, that's some years type shit.
Yeah, no, because how rich I said. Yeah, I think last time I had it was like some dinner I went to like years ago that had it as a dessert option. You know, yeah.
I like the buttercream cakes.
Yeah.
By the way, Pat, did you get my? I emailed the pound for pound list. So wherever you were waiting on me.
Yeah, I got it. Yep, I got all that shit. Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
Yo, good looking.
I want to mention real quick before there is a Japanese card for the time zone favorable people for those Japanese cards. I think Kenshiro's fighting, Taraji's fighting tonight.
Oh yeah.
Or this morning, and Thursday there's the Canada card. You know, the Brazilian headline card against the kind of can, but you know it's boxing. So.
Also, I just want to put it out there, and this will be my final thought. I want to put it out there for whoever's listening. Yes, absolutely, because people were arguing with me tooth and nail over this, but yes, absolutely, you can still drop off in the pound for pound ratings, even if you won, if your last fight was so utter shit that it was like, yeah, no, you have to drop. You can't be fighting fucking scary, even in a win. Yeah, and then expect me not to drop you pound for pound. And I mean, if you could connect the dots, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. But
yeah,
Shakira, we know.
Shakira. It's Shakira.
Whenever.
Because if you're running away from lesser fighters that have power, then yeah, how can you expect me to put you high pound for pound?
Prospect, yeah.
Now imagine when you're going to get pound for pound fighters, how you gonna act? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Sorry,
right, you can win hypothetical bouts, but not on a pound for pound list.
Yeah, like if you gotta win, you gotta show people why you're pound for pound. Else you're gonna get dropped. You know, it's
If
like
you ain't making the type of performances that make us be like, yeah, this nigga can fuck up anybody, then you're doing it wrong.
right, exactly.
That's what pound for pound is. So yeah, I didn't even look at the list. So but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, so yeah,
Funny shit.
yeah, like
Damn, now I gotta make mine. Fuck.
Well, it shouldn't be
All I
that
know is
hard.
Monster is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If only, right?
Yeah, like fuck all that other shit.
Oh, but I think so. I think everyone pretty much gave like their final thoughts and stuff like that.
Oh
so.
yeah, I put a new shorts up, yo. Y'all check that out. That's out on.
Word. Yeah, your shorts be getting plenty of views though. That's what it is though.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
keep them
you said in
coming.
that tweet though, people would like to see boxing. Although there was someone was kind of contradicting you. Like I know who that was. You know, Mr. Leonidas.
Dude, yo, real talk. Like even today, I did the. You know how the shit I be saying about the whole. If you fight Shakira Stevenson, you need to damn put on ankle weights.
Yeah.
Nigga, I had them old school Rodney Gold's gym ankle weights today, like them 10-pound type shits.
Word.
I'll put up some clips later, but yeah, like you chase after a nigga like that.
Yeah,
you take them shits off, you be flying.
Yeah, I mean this is nothing but good old plyometrics. I really want to go probably buy some since now I'm doing like cardio and calisthenics, like a type of workout. Like I want to do that like while I'm on the treadmill or on the stairs type of shit. Or doing the stairs and shit like that. You know, I might need
the
to
stairs and woo.
Yeah,
man,
I know.
I love workouts, so that shit got me hyped, right? Just saying that shit, like
yeah, ankle weights and going up and doing the stair machine for like 20, 25 minutes and shit like that. Yeah, it's like yeah, if you keep doing that, that's conditioning right there. Like I would probably never run with ankle weights because I can tell that might be an accident waiting to happen though. But like doing fast walking and stuff like that, like yeah. And I can say
I ain't gonna run with him either. Like I'll move around in a fight, like and shit. And I'll be shuffling on niggas.
But with what you're doing with your fight disciples and shit like that, yeah, like if you're keeping moving like that with your ankle weights, yeah, that's already a workout in itself. Like, you know,
I be moving around and shit. And,
yeah, like.
But yeah, so we seen like some like, and this is the reason I made the tweet too. We seen like some jits was walking while we were doing like some sparring drills and shit. And you know, I got Shorty filming, and me and my other new student, we going at it. And when we look back at the video, one of the jits was damn filming, like, and I say jits, I think they had to be like maybe 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, around that age, teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga was filming so hard, the motherfucker squatted. You know how into it to film some shit, to go like this, and then you're like,
hey man, you want to learn, man.
bro, like bro. Florida, like the park is like a microscopic outworld view of Florida as a whole. When you go to some of these parks in Florida, niggas be playing 15 different fucking sports. And so if you could be doing something off random to the side and you're doing that every week, and motherfuckers see you and they start looking and like, hold on. The motherfuckers you start seeing niggas in fucking Best Buy outfits. I don't know what the fuck you're doing at a park with a Best Buy outfit on. or in the middle of the day. You know what I mean? So like niggas is in work clothes, suit ties, all types of, you're seeing this in the cars. If niggas fucking back their car in plain view and see you training motherfuckers and y'all sparring and motherfuckers is damn doing all types of drills and shit and fighting, and you're seeing niggas throwing hands and shit, and then you know what I'm saying, like you see niggas jogging, running around the park, all that shit, and you still stay there. Then you still see niggas train, and then you still stay there. Then you start seeing niggas leave, cars going, and then when a nigga start putting his shit in the trunk, you decide to leave. What the fuck were you just doing that whole time?
Right.
You was fucking watching boxing on some like it was it's a fucking reality show, nigga.
Facts.
And the thing is, God, we're seeing the same cars, nigga, on a weekly. So niggas is legit on their lunch break watching. No one's doing that for no fucking tennis. No one's doing that for golf. No one's doing that for fucking football. And you know what I mean? You're lucky if you see enough niggas like that playing fucking football down here. Although it happens.
Right.
No one's doing that for cricket. Yes, niggas play cricket down here. No one's doing that for pickleball is getting big. I'll give you that. But in general, like no one's doing all that shit for these other sports. So that just shows me that there's a fucking interest in boxing, a casual interest that no one's trying to tap into except maybe me and fucking Ring Gang, nigga. So that's what I'm looking at. And just like how Florida, when people get mad when they see Heat games or Dolphins games and they see, like, damn, like, why that shit ain't packed? They playing against these niggas.
Right.
We always say, well, goddamn, nigga, it's Florida. They got the clubs, they got this, they got that, they got the beaches, they got a theme park. Like, why the fuck would they be at a normalized football game or a basketball game? So the park is the same thing. You go into the park, you're like, oh shit, niggas got tennis, they swimming, this, that. Okay, you got the chicks over there, you got niggas here. Why the hold on, wait. Oh, niggas boxing. Hold on. Okay. I don't know. I know these niggas can't beat Floyd, but they'll beat somebody. So all that shit about they don't know, casual doesn't understand what they're watching, they don't know if it's good or bad. That's completely irrelevant. It's the fact that they're watching, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You think niggas is watching anybody play bad basketball?
Hell no.
Dude, the park me and Rome go to down the street, that's the only park I've seen. And I've seen a few other hood parks where a nigga will legit put on their regular clothes like they're coming from the mall and take their girl with them like they left the mall or some shit, like they having a day with their girl and go to the park and watch niggas play and don't play. I told these niggas about that today. Motherfucker told me, man, the way inflation going, niggas gonna start doing that more often with they chicks. Like, yo, man, fuck, we ain't gonna see this Heat game, but Tyrone from T-Mobile be busting niggas like with the threes. Like, you gotta see that nigga play. Like, dog, come down the street with me. Like, yeah, you could wear that outfit. That's cool, man. Niggas be vibing out there. Like, niggas be playing music, smoking. Like, so I get it, but no one else is doing all that shit for any other sport. That's why boxing is number one. Because you got all those fucking distractions at the park, all that, and in Florida. But if you put the right shit on in Florida, you put a fight, niggas boxing, don't matter if they just started, don't matter if they been months, years, niggas will pay attention and watch and enjoy that motherfucker. So that's all I say. That's my final thought, man. Ring Gang forever, we taking over, boxing taking over, nigga. We one and the same. That's it.
Absolutely.
Tune in fucking Thursday when we back with probably a rant, man. I ain't had nothing. I didn't get to set up anything.
Right, and that's cool. Doing like
unless there's a new album y'all want to review, then I could listen to something. But it's up to y'all. It's Monday. It's still early in the week, so it's
right. It's not
anything. I know Benny the Butcher drops, but it was Def Jam Day.
No, he said Benny the Butcher.
Oh, Benny the Butcher drops.
He drops Thursday. He drops like Thursday night / Friday, so we have to do it the week after. So it's like,
all right. So we'll do that the week after then. Word. Just remind me, my nigga, you good. But good shit. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really have any more. I don't have any final thoughts other than like I said, just continue to support us. The webpage, the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, see that banner. If you want to donate to our PayPal, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like, comment, subscribe, and if you have friends or whatever. Pass it along that we can all be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because we do this shit for y'all. So yeah, stay tuned. Like I said, 2024, we always got some shit in the pipeline for you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, more music battles, more music albums, more music comparisons. From the past. Like we got all that shit. At least it's there. We just have to, figure out when we're actually doing them. So yeah, just Rain Gang continues to give you the shit that you want and need. So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the England representative, for LB Show with the God the Go artist, for King P Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Boxing.